Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I've got something that's super exciting for us, but I think it's even more exciting for you guys, specifically you as well, Ari.
It's very exciting.
And why?
It's something that we've been talking about for a long time, but we're finally gonna bring it to life.
Yes. And not only is this exciting, but we feel wholeheartedly that this is super important. And it has to do with actually our health when it comes to consuming products. So we've been a consumer base that's super conscious and aware of what we eat from a food perspective, but how often do we consider what we drink from a health perspective?
True.
And since we are authorities and advocates of the wine industry, and we are always promoting wines and we're always featuring wines, we're writing about wines, how often do you pay attention to what's in the wine that you drink?
I would love to pay more attention, but there's no information. All I could look at is alcohol content.
Unfortunately, to your comment, if you ever look on the back of any wine label, it never discloses the ingredients or the contents that go into the wine that it's being made from. And it theoretically, we think it's just grapes, right? Grapes being crushed, it's grape juice that's being fermented, and there you go. But unfortunately, there's a lot more that goes into it in today's mass-produced wines.
And I'm sure not all of it is good.
Unfortunately, you are correct. In the times that we live in, we have access to a lot of ingredients that are either artificial, synthetic, or chemical based that can pretty much manipulate anything from aroma, flavor, textures. So we are here to let you know that we are going to create something that will create acknowledgement of what's in the wine based on a new rating system.
Ooh.
So you've been subject to ratings on wines of how good they are. There's a lot of authorities that are in the industry that will rate wines based on their quality, and they give it a high score because they believe that wine is good from a quality perspective. We're here to actually introduce a rating system that determines how clean a wine is, and not from the way a wine tastes when we use the word clean. We're talking about what actually goes into the winemaking process that makes it clean. So minimal intervention, low levels of additives, low levels of sulfates, low levels of chemicals, and so on. So we're coming up with a platform that will rate wines based on how pure they are. And I'm sure that you and many others would be interested in knowing what goes into that wine.
There's probably nothing since the day I first had a glass of wine that I would be more interested in, because it drives me crazy that I don't know anything about what I ingest. As you said, you think if it's just grapes, I'm fine with that. But how about, are they organic grapes? How about, did they put other sugars in? Did they do this? Did they do that? Did they add, they get the taste right? They had to add a whole bunch of junk. And that's the stuff that drives me crazy. And if there was a rating system that could notify me if something's like really on a bad scale or on a good scale, that would be amazing.
Yes, and I think that others would agree with you. And you mentioned a couple of terms which is being used in the industry today, the term organic, the term, biodynamic, vegan, sustainability, which these are all terms that are being now printed on the labels. But wine from a production standpoint is very complex. There's a lot that goes into it. We want to make it easy for you. We want to break it down that the way we rate it will determine how much better it is from a health perspective when it comes to added sugars.
And also environmental. I mean, let's not forget that as well.
Absolutely. We are big advocates of those, and we support those that actually pay attention or contribute to sustainable practices, being eco-friendly, being green. Because let's face it, if we don't pay attention and we just let it go to the wayside, I don't know how much longer this planet is going to be around, but more importantly for this segment is we want to let you know that we are rolling out a rating system that's actually going to provide an easy to follow system with a number system that will let you know how quote unquote clean or pure the wine is. So when it's time to make a decision, it's going to help you in the sense of you're making a better choice.
What shocks me the most about this idea is that it's not already out there in existence. I mean, I haven't thought of it years ago, but from the day I started drinking wine, this kind of rating system would have gone a long way for me.
Yeah, you know, Ari, I think that could be said for a lot of beverages that are in the industry, even beverages that promote healthy selections, whether they be juices, energy drinks, healthy cocktails, mocktails, what have you, that's out there that bypass letting this information be known.
Mhm.
So
Well, I'm very happy to hear this. I'm very happy that this is something that will be produced. Even happier that we're doing it, but regardless of who does it, it's something that's needed and necessary. But I'm glad we're doing it because we believe in this so much and we're very passionate about this type of thing. And we believe that it's just good all around, good for your health, good for the environment, good business. Why not?
exactly. So we want you to stay tuned. We want you to follow all of our social media platforms. We'll be rolling out onto our e-commerce the rating systems to other wines that we have currently, and then we'll also rate wines in general. But we want you to stay tuned, stay connected, because this rating system is definitely something that you should use.
Absolutely. All right. There you have it. The green scale coming soon. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Cheers, everybody.